friends, Emery's Crime here, your fellow crime, thriller and mystery book lover. Welcome to my YouTube channel. A couple of months ago I did a tier ranking video for popular thriller books. However, I do sometimes dabble in other genres, so I thought it would be fun to do a tier ranking video for just popular books in general. Seeing as The Apprentice is on TV at the moment, and by the time I post this video we will only have the final to go, I thought it would be really fun to assess these books against quotes against The Apprentice. Don't worry, there will be no spoilers for this series. However, I have taken clips from past series, so there's a slight chance I may inadvertently spoil those series, but hopefully you've watched them already. First up, we have You're Fired. So if you're not familiar with The Apprentice, basically if you're fired, you are kicked off the show.
You're fired.
So in this category, the books are books which I DNF'd and ones I wish I DNF'd. So we're talking 2.5 star books. Then we have Next Task, Your Project Manager.
Next task, you are going to be the project manager.
Occasionally, instead of firing somebody, Lord Sugar will make somebody project manager for the next task. And of course, if their team loses that next task, then that project manager will be fired immediately. So these books for me, they were okay. These are the 3.5 star books. It's kind of touch and go if they can remain on my bookshelf or not. Then we have Congratulations on Your Win, i.e. when one of the teams wins the task.
Congratulations on your first time win.
And as a reward for winning the task, Lord Sugar arranges a fun activity for the winning team. So obviously you've not won the show, but it's still a step in the right direction. So for me, these will be the books in which I gave 4 and 4.5 stars to. Then of course we have You're My Business Partner.
You're going to be my business partner.
i.e. you have won the show, so this is obviously reserved for the 5-star books. Now for the fun bit, let's get tier ranking. First up we have Brother, which is a horror thriller style book, which everyone has been raving about. However, I found it really slow paced and I wasn't vibing with the writing at all. And then about 20% of the way through, this is a minor spoiler, but a girl gets molested by her grandfather, so I decided that that book was just not my cup of tea and I DNF'd it, so it's going in the You're Fired category. Next up is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I feel that she took a really boring book and then decided to just remove the quotation marks to try and make it interesting and innovative. I absolutely hated it because it was a dyslexic's nightmare and I found that it was just pretentious nonsense, so I ended up hating it and it's going in the You're Fired category. Maybe I should write a book and not include full stops and that will make me the next literary genius. I don't know, maybe that's a bit bitchy of me, but that's how I feel. Next up, The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. That's the second book following The Housemaid. I didn't think it was as good as The Housemaid, but I still thought it was great, so I can pop it up here. Next up is Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell, her upcoming psychological thriller, which is going to be out in the summer. I thought it was well written, but it was like 100 pages too long. Never in a million years did I think I'd do this to a Lisa Jewell book, but it's going in the Next Task Your PM category. Next up is Mad Honey. I thought the first 50% of this was quite dull, but then it had an incredible twist and the second half was brilliant, so it goes in the Congrats on Your Win category because it wasn't a 5-star book for me. Now we have Akatar, and I thought this was okay. I didn't quite fully get the hype, but then it's not the kind of book I would usually read, so I'm putting it in Next Task Your PM. Books 2 and 3 would probably go in the Congrats on Your Win category. The horrible novella would probably go in the You're Fired category, and then book 5 again would go in the same category as the first book, and overall I'd put the series in the Next Task Your PM category. Next up is Burn After Reading by Catherine Ryan Howard, her latest release. I thought it had a brilliant premise, but it wasn't executed as well as it could have been. Overall, I thought it was okay, so it's going in the Next Task Your PM category. Next, we have Sunrise on the Reaping, which is obviously a Hunger Games prequel. I've done loads of videos on this book, so sorry if I'm sounding like a broken record, but I absolutely adored it. However, it wasn't quite a 5-star read for me, so it's going in the Congrats on Your Win category. A Little Life is an awful, traumatic book. I wish I'd DNF'd it. I wish I'd never even picked it up in the first place. It's definitely in the You're Fired category. The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods I thought was quite sweet. At the time I gave it 4 stars, but probably now I'd give it 3.5, so I'm going to pop it in the next task your PM category. When I was googling popular trending books, Richard Osman's We Solve Murders came up. I've not read it, but you may know that I am not his biggest fan, so I'm putting it in the You're Fired category. Binding 13 was one of those books where I got FOMO even though I knew I wasn't going to like it, and I decided to read it anyway, and I hated it, and it's going in the You're Fired category. This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead really disappointed me and angered me, and I gave it 1 star, and I never give books 1 star, so it's getting fired. All the Colours of the Dark, again, I hated it. I DNF'd it. I got drawn in by the premise and the pretty cover, but it was not my cup of tea. Next we have My Dark Vanessa, which is obviously sick and twisted, but it was done really well, so it can go in the Congrats on Your Win category. You Killed Me First by John Mars is his latest release, and I thought it was fun. I love mom drama, so again that's going in the Congrats on Your Win category. A couple of years ago I got swept up in the Coho hype, and I actually really enjoyed It Ends With Us, so it's going in the Congrats on Your Win category. The Inheritance Games, at the time I gave it 4 stars, but I think I was being generous. I didn't really love it, and I've not continued on the series since, so it's going in the next task your PM category. It was okay. The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley has incredible ratings on Goodreads, but unfortunately it's just not my kind of book. I found it a bit boring, so it's going in the next task your PM. I'm gonna give book 2 a try because it was okay to read on my Kindle as I was falling asleep. Again, back onto the Coho train, and it's Verity next, and again that goes in the Congrats on Your Win category. I really need a 5-star book here. An oldie but a goodie, which of course is The Silent Patient. I actually guessed the twist in this, so I didn't give it 5 stars, but it was very close, so it goes in the Congrats on Your Win category. The Inheritance was the first book I read in 2025. You might be seeing it in your local supermarkets, but I loved it and I gave it 5 stars at last, so that's going in the You're My Business Partner section. I love the premise of We Used to Live Here, but it didn't quite deliver, so it's going in the next task your PM section. I really enjoyed Bat Eater and I thought it was a strong, powerful book. However, I thought it had the elements to be incredible, but it just wasn't quite that for me, but still a 4-star book, so it's going in the Congrats on Your Win category. Sweet Fury has been described as if the 7 husbands of Evelyn Hugo met the Silent Patient, and I think that is clutching at straws. It wasn't that great, so it's going in the next task your PM category. The Last Party by Claire McIntosh, I feel really guilty because I've met her a few times and she's really nice, but I kind of found it a bit average, so next task your PM for that one. I loved the premise of Don't Swipe Right, and I thought it was okay overall, so it's going in the next task your PM category. One Perfect Couple would make the perfect beach read. I did it on audio and the narrators were putting on a performance, so it can go in the Congrats on Your Win section. I love Lucy Clark's books, but I found the Surf House kind of so it can go in the next task your PM category. Beautiful Ugly was my book of 2024, so that's going in the Your Business Partner section. You Are Faithfully Invited, I really enjoyed it, but it's the kind of book where you really have to concentrate, otherwise you're going to be super confused. Overall I gave it 4 stars, so it's in the Congrats on Your Win section. Incidents Around the House, I've heard loads of people hate it, and I think the reason I found it okay was the audio was fantastic. So overall I gave it 3.5, so it's in the next task your PM section. Tender in the Flesh was dark, disturbing and disgusting, and it goes in the Congrats on Your Win category. Never in my million life did I think that I would give 5 stars to a cozy fantasy, but for The House in the Cerulean Sea, I thought it was phenomenal, and it's going in the You're My Business Partner category. The Gathering by CJ Tudor, I just don't think me and this author get on, it's getting fired. For Cat Lady, I don't know what possessed me to pick it up in the first place. I'm a dog gal and it's not a thriller, and it just, it was alright. Next task your PM. Prima Facie, not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I did the audio on this and it was so powerful, and Jodie Comer does the narration. It's going in the Congrats on Your Win section. Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison was really not my cup of tea, it's getting fired. Greta and Veldin, I actually enjoyed the first half of it, but then it did get a bit boring towards the end. It did encourage me to branch out a bit, so it's going in the next task your PM section. Magnolia Parks is everything I should hate in a book. It's toxic and it's trashy, yet I loved it. It's going in the congrats on your win section. Then we have Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I tried so hard with this, but I ended up DNFing it at the 80% mark because I just couldn't cope with the final few pages. It's getting fired. I finished The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier last week and it was brilliant. It's going into the You're My Business Partner category. Penance was my book of 2023. I loved it. It was a 5-star book. So into the You're My Business Partner category you go. I like that this category is filling up a bit more. Next up is Calla. I really enjoyed it. The author is lovely. That is going in the congrats on your win category. Next we have Billy Summers, which I know Hayley Pham loves, and it's one of my friend's favourite Stephen King book, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. I DNF'd it and it's getting fired. Blood Sugar is one of those dark humour witty thriller books and I thought it was executed so well. I loved it. It's going in the You're My Business Partner category. However, I'm super upset that she's not written another book since. Bridgerton, again, it's trashy, but I loved it. I thought it was a great palate cleanser, so it can go in the congratulations on your win section. 9 Perfect Strangers, I really enjoyed that, and again, congrats on your win. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo's ending blew my mind. However, during the lead up to the book, I found it a bit slow paced, so it wasn't quite a 5-star book for me, but I did love it and it can go in the congratulations on your win section. We have another book called The Last Party. However, this one by A.R. Torr is completely different to the Claire McIntosh one. Not quite a 5-star book for me, but I loved it. It was brilliant, so it can go into the congratulations on your win section. 2 more to go. I don't know why Black Sheep and Calla are here twice. Unpopular opinion, but I thought A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was a bit cringe and babyish, so it can go in the next task your PM section. And then last but not least, we have Sociopath, which I thought was brilliant. I did it on audio, and it's not a 5-star book, but it was close, so it can go into the congratulations on your win section. Thank you so much for watching this video. It honestly means the world to me. If you're able to hit that subscribe button, I honestly can't even begin to tell you how much it means to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you. Bye.